Welcome to Marisha's Trying to Make a Video Again time. I haven't made one in a while because it's a faff and I'm not very good at it. But I've been doing my makeup every day for a few months now, and I've noticed that that is getting a lot better. So presumably if I force myself to make videos, they too may get better. This is the best lighting I can figure out. I think there might be a little bit of I think the light up here in the bathroom doesn't pick up well on the camera and might be doing a little sort of strange wobbly thing, but I don't know whether it's my screen or that light. Let's get going. I am not wearing any makeup at the moment. I've done my skincare already. Nothing here is set up terribly well. I have my laptop balancing on top of my sink, and most of my makeup is out of reach. But let's see how we go. I'm going to use a couple of different primer type things. I've got this NYX Studio Perfect, which I use it quite a lot around here, but just sort of general little bits of primer. I've got a MAC Prep and Prime that I use on my eyelids, so let's pop those on. That's that on. Now today I'm going to take a look at the BPrefect Cosmetics Carnival 3 Tahiti palette, which I bought in a fit of overexcitement because everybody was using it. I haven't used it at all yet. I haven't swatched it. I haven't even opened it. So let's take a look. Here we have the palette. I'm particularly pleased to see a real good range of green colours there. I sometimes feel like purples and reds, I just have them. I have so many of them. But every green is a very different colour from every other green. And quite a lot of these are mattes, which I'm pleased with. I actually quite like using mattes as the sort of mainstay in my eye makeup. And apparently my video will time itself out. I have a horrible feeling that because I'm not really paying that much attention to this, I'm going to end up with things that I've recorded and things that just randomly haven't, and I'm going to have to put this video together from a really disparate set of unknowns. Now see where that folds there, it catches the light, which makes it look like it's not shaded as much as the rest. Question is, what are we going to do with the lid? I mean, obviously this still needs some work, although I find it always looks much better in the mirror than it does in the camera. I don't know, I thought it was supposed to be the other way around, but okay, let's stick with pinks today, and I'm going to go in with some of the glitters on the eyelid. Maybe put down a light layer of that lilac first. Now at the moment, as you can see, everything is matte. I haven't used any shimmers at all so far. Let's see. We've got two pinks here. There's Pearl and Rose Pink, which are the two shimmery glitters that we've got, and I'm probably going to use them both. So I'll use the Pearl on the inside corner. And then Rose Pink on the outside corner. And I'm applying these with my finger because I feel like it gives a better finish with shimmers quite often. been trying to figure out what brush is best for the lower line, and I found if I'm doing liner with a shadow, then this kind of diagonal one, which I would often use for an eyebrow as well if I was using powder on an eyebrow, seems to work the best. And I'm using blackberry again under here. And I'm just softening that a bit with Tahiti on this brush here. I haven't got the hang of what this brush is quite for yet. Now generally for a highlight tone I'll go in with a highlighter rather than an eyeshadow, unless there's a really pale eyeshadow, but even then quite often I prefer that. I'm going to use Jeffree Star's Platinum Ice palette because it has a highlighter called Pink Chill in it, which should match up nicely with this. And I use a reasonably small but soft brush. I should point out here that I'm not intending to tell you how to do your makeup. I am making a video of me doing my makeup, and you can feel free to reply to that video and say, you shouldn't have used that brush for that, you should have used this brush, or if you do this, that'll work better, because I am not an expert. In fact, I'm the opposite of an expert. I am a complete amateur who's starting to get the hang of some things, but still doesn't really know what they're doing. Right, let's get my brows done. I have two go-to brow pencils at the moment. One for lighter colours is the Too Faced Blondie pencil, which is a really nice, there's just no warm tones in it, which is great. If I want something a bit darker, I have this MAC pencil that I got, which is called Lingering. And as you can see, that's kind of a weird, like that. I think I'll use this today again just because I'm going for a darker look. I think it's an odd thing doing eyebrows when you're very blonde, because you kind of have the best of both worlds and the worst of both worlds. It's almost as if you have no eyebrows at all, because they're pretty much invisible without anything on them. But they're not shaved, so you do have to still deal with the actual hair that's there. I prefer that because I don't think I'm technically capable of creating an eyebrow that looks like an eyebrow out of nothing. I have a few different foundations. Some of them are new ones that I've bought, like the MAC one, and some of the other ones. Some of the ones I've had for ages, like this Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse, which used to be my go-to because I like a light foundation and they go on very lightly. I have had this for ages. It's probably too light, but I'm just going to use it today because it needs used up and I can't bear to throw anything away. Now these bits I find the hardest. I have fairly fine skin, so you do get a lot of transparency around here, which gives that dark coloration, and I find it very difficult to cover that over. Not helped by the fact that this here obviously casts a shadow into this area, which makes any darkness look darker. I'd love to know what bits of your face bug you. The bits of my face that bug me the most, I think, at the moment, actually my upper lip is annoying me quite a lot, because it's, I mean, I'm not young, I'm not old, I'm kind of in between. I'm in my mid-40s, and there's little things that I notice, and one of the things I notice is that there's getting little lines around here. And I've noticed, particularly if I wear a liquid lipstick, that my lips look very wrinkly, which is not a great look. Yeah, the other bit that bugs me is the darkness in here, which I find quite difficult to cover over. And you saw I put concealer here and here, because I always feel like this bit of skin's a little bit discoloured for some reason. And at the moment, my pet peeve is this. I get little cracks in the corner of my lips, and then because they're in the corner, every time you wake up and yawn at night, you crack it open again and it won't heal. And this has been ticking along for 2 or 3 weeks now, refusing to heal up. No, I've been putting Savlon on it and oil, derma oil, bio oil on it, and all sorts of things to try and get it to heal up nicely, but it doesn't want to. Things that didn't normally bug me. This little lump on my eyelid did not bug me in the slightest until I started wearing eyeshadow, and now it does because it catches the light differently and makes it look uneven. This is my favourite blush palette, which is odd because I got a few Morphe eyeshadows and I didn't massively like them. I got a few Morphe brushes and I didn't massively like them, but this Morphe eyeshadow palette is just fab. It's their Cool Pro 8C. And there's pretty much not a colour in it I don't like. I don't use these two colours very often. I use this one and these two all the time. Now, when I first started doing makeup at the beginning of lockdown, one of the things I got that I'd never had before were contour palettes. And I've been using it less and less, but I have been using it just along here because I've noticed that because I'm very fair, quite often my jawline will disappear a little bit in photographs. I don't think I'd wear it if I was going out because I think it's probably a bit obvious. But for camera and photographs inside, I think it's nice to have a little bit under the chin there just because my skin is so fair. I tried to buy myself a big ring light off of Amazon so that I could use it for videos like this, but it arrived broken and has been returned. As a result, I'm using a couple of little plug-in rechargeable lights, one of which, this one up here, is I can watch it, I can see it gradually dying as we video. This one I put a little bit of charge into, so it seems to be alright just now, but I think the video is probably getting darker and darker. Let's look at eyeliner. I've pulled out a few different ones here. This MAC one, I have 3 MAC Super Slick liquid eyeliners in their kind of metallic-y colours. One of them's a metallic-y purple, one of them's a metallic-y brown, and one of them's a metallic-y grey. I don't think you can buy them anymore, and I don't remember where I even got them from. I might have bought them as a set on eBay, but I love them. They are just gorgeous, gorgeous colours, and they go on really smoothly. I've been trying out these new gel liners that have been coming out. So I've got the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in kind of a darker purple, and the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in that sort of purpley pink. This I quite often use for the waterline. It's actually a lip pencil from Colourpop, but it's a skin coloured one, so that works quite well for just in the waterline there. So let's see what we're going to do. Become a bit gung-ho with my eyeliner, mainly because I'm not very good at it. As you can see, when I look down it's a funny shape, but when I look straight on it's fine. And I found that if I just pile more and more on, then eventually it'll look alright. I don't know. I mean, this is not one of my most successful eyeliners, let's face it. I was quite excited about all these different bright coloured eyeliners when they were coming out, but having got a few, I think probably cake liners, which you put on with a brush, are more effective. But I only have one of those and I'm not very good with it, so for the time being I persevere with what I have. I'm not curling my eyelashes. I sometimes do try to, but it never seems to achieve very much. I think what I need to do is to get a good eyelash curling mascara. This one is Volume Colorist by Rimmel. So it's supposed to tint your eyelashes darker overuse, but it doesn't curl them at all. What we've got here, which is, you can see there's a line along the top of my eyelashes because my eyelashes are so fair. You can see a line of that fair eyelash, even when I go like that because my eyelids are tilting down. Now I have tried putting mascara onto that top lash to prevent that, but I'm useless at it. I get it everywhere. It just creates way more mess than it fixes. So I just live with my eyelashes for the time being until I get around to getting a mascara that works better for me. I'm going to go for a pale lip today, I think, so I'm going to use this skin coloured lip liner. I must admit, I'm really curious about this drawing your lips higher than your actual lips thing, because I think it looks very funny, but it is interesting at the same time, and I have no idea how to accomplish it. So why don't we try and do that today for a laugh? Right. Okay, this is Morphe times Jeffree Star in the colour Mannequin, which looks like it might be the kind of colour I'm aiming for. Let's see. I'm going to go in with a second lip liner. This is one I've had forever. It's Rimmel, I think. Yes, Rimmel Exaggerate, and it's colour East End Snob, which is just quite a fairly neutrally pink. And I'm just going to take that over. I mean, I definitely have two lip lines, but then all the other people who do this, I can see where their natural lip line is as well, so... One thing I think maybe I do need to do though is cover it in gloss. I think that is part of the thing. I've never quite figured out how long you're supposed to leave liquid lip liners before you put anything over them. I think I probably don't do it too quickly. So why don't I spray some primer over the top? Not primer. See, this is what confuses me. So I've got this MAC Prep and Prime spray. And I think what it's meant to be is that you can put it on before and after. And that's why it's prep and prime or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to spray it in my face. That was very refreshing and lovely. My lips still look really weird. I must admit, I do feel like I've not exactly done the most adventurous of looks, given that everybody at the moment is using this Tahiti palette and being super excited about it and creating these really amazing, amazing looks. But, you know, I'm limited in my ability to create amazing looks. And I'm liking the colours of this one. I'm not liking the way it looks on camera, because I feel like the camera makes it look patchy, whereas when I look in the mirror, it doesn't look patchy at all. So I don't know what that is that the camera's doing to make it look like that. I'm going to put this lip gloss on. This is Jeffree Star's Sorcery lip gloss, and I really like it. So I've kind of semi-gone off his liquid lipsticks. I'm not sure they work that well for me, but I do really like his glosses. Mirror under the chin. I suppose from certain angles, yeah, that looks great on camera, the lip, I think. I'm not sure that I like the way it looks in reality, but on camera it definitely works. It looks like a super cushiony top lip, which is pretty cool. Like I said, I think the camera makes my skin look less smooth, and it makes my eyeshadow look more patchy. But yeah, that lip thing, that's definitely a camera thing. And thank you for listening.